Case Study. Here is the scenario. XYZ is an engineering company with thousands of employees. While it is headquartered in Russia, it has an R&D unit in Singapore and a facility for manufacturing some engineering components. The company is doing good. The project manager is getting the high-level requirements from engineering function head through email to develop the machinery, and the project manager creates the plan, which includes timeline, cost, quality, etc., and shares the information to all the stakeholders through email. To carry out some work packages, he decided to outsource to a vendor with time and material contract. All of a sudden, due to market changes and competition, there is a lot of changes in the requirements. These changes are happening through verbal or again through email. Because of these changes, the team started working overtime, including the vendors, and there is no track of the data. This is creating a chaos in the project environment. Let's understand the challenges. The project team, including the vendor, is not able to track the exact clocking hours and submission of the exact timesheets. The performance review meetings between the project manager and the vendor is resulting in conflicts. How can this situation be tackled? Looking at the situation, it seems that XYZ engineering company does not have any formal project management policy, process, procedure, and templates. Even if the organization had one, it may not be following the processes. And looking into some other challenges where the team does not have appropriate timesheet tool. Let us discuss the solution to this problem. Since XYZ does not have a project policy, processes, procedure, templates, and tools, it is better to have a formal project management office, or PMO. PMO is like any other function which is a center of excellence for project management practices. As for the governance, the PMO provides project policy, process, procedure, tools, and templates. The organization can ensure that the team follows all the templates and processes once in place through auditing. As per PMI, for any project, the PMO is a mandate. The role of PMO ranges from supporting the projects to directly managing the projects. There are three types of PMO, namely supportive, controlling, and directive. The type of PMO is decided based on the need. The role of the supportive PMO is to introduce processes, procedures, best practices, lessons from the previous projects, tools, and templates. This type of PMO is more of repository maintenance. They also train the team on how to use all these. The degree of controlling power is low. The controlling PMO has moderate controlling power. They provide support and required compliance via different means. Compliance includes the check adoption of framework related to the project management and/or methodologies, use of defined templates, tools and forms, and finally to check the governance of frameworks. The directive PMO can directly manage the project and can allocate a project manager. Its controlling power is high. Coming to the XYZ organization, they can set up supportive PMO to start with. This helps in defining the templates, process, procedures, etc. They can define the following which are in need of R. Change management procedure, which mentions the steps to be followed to address the change, such as documenting the changes, evaluation of the changes, decision-making authority such as Change Control Board or CCB. Defining the timesheet tools so that everyone uses the common tool across the projects. Also, the same tool may be recommended to vendors so that the overall integration of the metrics becomes simpler. They should facilitate trainings to the stakeholders regarding the process and tools. Later on, Slowly, they can extend the PMO type to controlling and eventually to directive. The PMO can be developed inside or they can think of outsourcing it. But to make this decision, one needs to look into the environment in which the project operates. These factors include enterprise environmental factors or EEF, organizational process assets OPA, and organization system. Enterprise environmental factor is any factor which can favor or unfavor the projects in which the project team will not have any control over it. The environmental factor can be internal or external. Internal factors include organization culture, financial capability, skill and availability of team, etc., whereas the external factors include the market conditions, regulatory requirements, time zone, weather conditions, etc. The organization process assets are the historical information from past previous project data, templates, lessons learned, knowledge bank, etc. In fact, the maintenance and updation of the organization process assets should be owned by the project management office. Organization system considers management elements such as division of work, authority, responsibility, discipline of action, unity of command and direction. Governance frameworks includes rules, policies, procedures, norms, relationships, systems, and processes. Organizational structure types decides the project manager authority. The types of organizational structures such as functional, matrix, project-oriented, PMO should be decided. Here is the conclusion. By implementing the PMO, the team starts using formal documents. The documents or templates include the business case, agreements, project charter, which includes all the high-level information. Based on these, the project manager can define all the plans and baselines in the project management plan, while the team, including the vendor, can submit the timesheets using the available tools. This will help in tracking and creation of automated report like graphs and numbers. Also, if some of the components of any plan is not required, the project manager can use tailoring.